Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera semua. Nama saya Dr. Sabri Sulaiman, merupakan pensyarah baru untuk subjek Kebajikan Sosial yang akan menggantikan Dr. Azlini. Pada hari ini, kita bertemu lagi untuk kuliah 7 yang bertajuk Social Welfare Organisation Services ataupun Organisasi Perkhidmatan Kebajikan Sosial. Tanpa membuang masa, kita memulakan kelas ini dengan the concept of social welfare organization ataupun konsep organisasi kebajikan sosial. Menurut pekaji-pekaji lepas, contohnya Dolgoff and Feldstein, social welfare organization are organizations that are functioning to meet the need of society by preventing instability and by providing for social continuity. According to the Internal Revenue Services, social welfare organization is defined an organization that operates under social welfare purpose, which is primarily engaged in promoting in some way the common good and general welfare of the people of the community. Social welfare organization also refer to organization established by group of individuals with specific purpose and held together by model of procedure, behavior, and engaged in formulating and implementing program, benefit, and services for meeting social needs recognized as basic for the welfare of the people. According to the Social Welfare Department of Malaysia, social welfare organizations are institutions that cater for the social needs of children, senior citizens, academic patients, and people of developmental disability, protection and rehabilitation institution. Seterusnya saya akan menerangkan peranan organisasi kebajikan sosial ataupun the role of social welfare organization. Terdapat banyak peranan organisasi kebajikan sosial dalam membantu masyarakat dan juga dalam menangani isu sosial. Pertama, peranan the role of social welfare organization to provide social work and social welfare services for the disadvantaged, vulnerable, and marginalized group, such as the needy, the destitute, poor people, refugee, person facing social problem, and other vulnerable and marginalized group. Second is to provide protection and rehabilitation to the target group. Third, to develop a community through attitudinal change and building capacity towards self-reliance. Fourth, to create a caring society. Fifth, to enhance the community well-being through professional social welfare services, social development, and a strategic sharing of responsibilities. And six, to respond to different type of social problem or social issue faced by the society and community. And dan juga the role of social welfare organization ataupun the peranan organisasi kebajikan sosial ialah to assist and solve problems faced by each individual by offering residential care and referral services, to give support to local community in an attempt to encourage them to be involved in providing social welfare services for the target group, which include the disadvantaged, vulnerable, and marginalized groups. In these cases, the Department of Social Welfare Organization needs to work with other organizations or social services institutions, for instance, Housing Department, Health Department, Education Department, and Police Department to respond or to overcome social problems faced by the society. The Department of Social Welfare Organization will act as advocator to identify risk need for every social problem that exists, to evaluate that risk needs, and to connect client with other social services organization. And the main reason the Department of Social Welfare Organization needs to work or collaborate with other social services organization is because each organization has specialized expertise in fixing or responding to existing social problems and providing social services and social assistance for the target group. Okay, next saya akan menerangkan variasi social problem yang boleh ditangani oleh institusi kebajikan sosial ataupun variation social problem overcome by social welfare in institution. Okay, terdapat 4 jenis social problem yang boleh ditangani oleh institusi kebajikan sosial di Malaysia. Okay, pertama ialah risk behavior ataupun tingkah laku berisiko. Kedua, social issue at risk ataupun isu sosial berisiko. Ketiga, social institution at risk ataupun institusi sosial berisiko. Dan keempat, social group at risk ataupun grup sosial berisiko. Okey, seterusnya saya akan terangkan satu persatu masalah sosial dan jenis-jenis dia dan juga contoh institusi ataupun organisasi yang memainkan peranan atau bertanggungjawab dalam menangani masalah sosial. Okey. Yang pertama, saya akan menerangkan tingkah laku berisiko beserta dengan contoh-contoh dia dan juga example institusi ataupun kebajikan sosial yang digunakan untuk menangani masalah sosial. Okey, pertama ialah delinquency. Contoh tingkah laku delinquency ialah vandalism, fighting, beating, carrying weapon, trespassing, shoplifting, pickpocket, arson, vandalism vandalism ni saya lupa nak buang, and selling drug, threatening murder and rape. Okay. Contoh institusi ataupun organisasi yang bertanggungjawab dalam menangani masalah ini adalah Police Department, Social Welfare Department, Rehabilitation Institution, Child Court and Moral School. Okay, next is tingkah laku berisiko seterusnya ialah criminal jenayah. Okay, contoh dia ialah crimes against person, crimes against property, hate crime, crimes against morality, white collar crime and organized crime. Okay, contoh organisasi bertanggungjawab dalam mengenai masalah ini ialah Police Department, Criminal Court, Prison and Moral Rehabilitation Institution. And dan seterusnya ialah risky emotion. Contoh dia ialah mental illness, aggressive behavior. Dan juga institusi bertanggungjawab ialah Psychiatric Hospital, Social Welfare Department and Mental Rehabilitation Center. Seterusnya ialah drug and medication abuse. Contoh dia ialah drug, penggunaan dadah, penggunaan heroin, penggunaan alkohol, penggunaan kokain, penggunaan marijuana, penggunaan ecstasy, penggunaan nikotin and penggunaan marijuana. Okay, contoh institusi ataupun organisasi yang bertanggungjawab dalam mengenai masalah ini ialah Drug Rehabilitation Center, Hospital, School and Social Welfare Department. Seterusnya ialah sexual misconduct. Contohnya ialah child molesting, sexual harassment, sexual assault, rape, prostitution, pornography dan berbagai lagi contoh dia. Contoh-contoh dia actually lagi banyak, nanti kamu boleh cari. Okay, contoh institution ialah Police Department, Social Welfare Department, Moral School, Rehabilitation Institution and Child Court. Okay. Seterusnya ialah social issue at risk ataupun isu sosial berisiko. Contoh dia ialah social inequality. Example dia discrimination, prejudice, exploitation and economic depression. Contoh organisasi bertanggungjawab dalam mengenai masalah ini ialah education institution, religion institution, government, mass media and information technology institution, national legislation institution and national economic institution. Kedua is success. Contoh tingkah laku dia ialah sexual harassment, discrimination on income and job opportunity between male and women and race. Contoh institusi ataupun organisasi bertanggungjawab education institution, religion institution, government, mass media, information technology institution, national legislation institution and national economic institution. Seterusnya ialah poverty. Contoh social issue adalah low income, unemployment, conflict, climate change, lack of infrastructure, poor education, inequality, limited capacity of the government. Contoh organisasi ataupun institusi dalam mengenai masalah ini ialah Social Welfare Department, Perkhidmatan, EPF, Social Insurance Organisation, Health Services Organisation, Public and Private Housing, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development. Seterusnya ialah urban issue, contoh slum, urban poverty, crime, lack of recreation place, and lack of social infrastructure. Contoh organisasi atau institution untuk bagi menangani masalah ini adalah Urban Planning Institution, Police Department, Mass Media, Information Technology Institution. Kamu juga boleh mencari bahan-bahan bacaan untuk contoh-contoh isu sosial berisiko. Ini adalah untuk membantu kamu untuk menambahkan pengetahuan untuk isu ini juga. Okay. Next is social institution at risk ataupun institusi sosial berisiko. Okay. Pertama ialah family. Contoh dia ialah divorce, single family, domestic violence, child maltreatment, and child neglect. Okay, contoh organisasi ataupun institusi dalam mengenai masalah ini adalah education institution, religious institution, government, information technology and mass media organization, legislative institution, and social welfare department. Next is health institution. Contoh dia ialah a variety contagious disease. Disease is caused by behavior, lifestyle, and finding problem. Contoh organisasi bagi menangani masalah ini adalah Ministry of Health, Education Institution, Information Technology and Mass Media Organization, and Social Welfare Department. Next is Education Institution. Masalah dia, contoh masalah, school dropout, crime, school discipline, gangsterism, teaching quality, education facility, access to education. Okay, contoh institusi dan juga ataupun organisasi dalam menangani masalah ini: Education Institution, Religious Institution, Information Technology and Mass Media Organization, Legislative Institution, Social Welfare Department, Police Department, Child Court, and Moral School. Kan. Seterusnya ialah workplace. Contoh masalah ialah illegal factory, employee are not covered with social protection scheme, safety at workplace. Contoh institusi ataupun organisasi dalam menangani masalah ini ialah Social Welfare Department, EPF, Perkhidmatan, Private Social Insurance Organization, Health Services, Public and Private Housing. Okay. Seterusnya ialah social group at risk. Okay. Pertama ialah masalah elderly. Contoh dia ialah care problem, health problem, economic problem. Dan contoh institusi ataupun organisasi: Social Welfare Department, Health Services, Social Protection Services. Seterusnya ialah adolescent. Contoh masalah: crime problem, antisocial problem, family problem, abuse problem, neglect problem, education problem, and health problem. Contoh institusi dan juga organisasi menangani isu ini adalah Education Institution, Religious Institution, Government, Information Technology and Mass Media Organization, Legislative Institution, Social Welfare Department, Police Department, Child Court, and Moral School. Next is children. Contoh masalah: abuse problem, neglect problem, and care problem. Contoh organisasi and institution dalam menangani masalah ini: Education Institution, Religious Institution, Government, Information Technology and Mass Media Organization, Legislative Institution, Social Welfare Department, Police Department, Child Court, and Moral School. Seterusnya adalah drug addict. Contoh dia: critical drug addict, crime problem, HIV, AIDS, and illness. Okay, contoh institusi dan juga organisasi dalam menangani masalah ini: Social Welfare Department, Health Service, Police Department, Prison Department, Department of Drug Recovery, and then problem single mother, contoh dia, economic problem, childcare problem, and emotional problem. Contoh organisasi ataupun organisasi institusi dalam menangani masalah ini: Social Welfare Department, Business Body, Health Services, and Education Services. Okey, seterusnya saya akan menerangkan variation of social problem and social services by social welfare organisation ataupun variasi program sosial dan juga perkhidmatan sosial oleh organisasi kebajikan sosial. Okey, saya akan terangkan satu persatu. In 1916, the government was introduced the first Malaysia plan, which is from 1966 to 1970, by providing various types of social program. The plan objectives were to promote the welfare of all citizens and improve the living condition in rural areas, particularly among low-income group. Until now, the government has introduced the 12th Malaysia Plan, namely the first Malaysia Plan from 1966 to 1917, the second Malaysia Plan 1971 to 1975, the third Malaysia Plan 1976 to 1980, the fourth Malaysia Plan 1981 to 1985, the fifth Malaysia Plan 1986 and 1919, the sixth Malaysia Plan 1919 to 95, the seventh Malaysia Plan 1996 to 2000, the eighth Malaysia Plan from 2001 to 2005, the ninth Malaysia Plan from 2006 to 2010, the 10th Malaysia Plan from 2011 to 2015, and the 11th Malaysia Plan from 2016 to 2020, and the latest one is the 12th Malaysia Plan from 2021 to 2035. And in 1979, the government has introduced new social program, namely Malaysia New Economic Policy ataupun Dasar Ekonomi Baru pada tahun 1970 as part of package of measures introduced after the political crisis of May 1969. It sought to eradicate poverty and restructure society to eliminate the identification of race with economic function in order to create the condition for national unity. In this era, poverty is the main social problem. Therefore, the government was introduced various types of social program under NEP in order to overcome poverty, such as economic program, education program, health program, and housing program. Okey. Daripada dasar ekonomi baru dan juga rancangan Malaysia tersebut, tercetusnya banyak skim dan juga program sosial di bawah Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat dan juga di bawah organisasi-organisasi kerajaan yang lain. Okey, pertama, Prime Minister Office of Malaysia, contoh skim dan juga social program, Household Living Aid, My Salam Scheme, the 40 Electric Rebate Program, My Repeat Unlimited Pass, Back to School Aid, iSuri, iSinar. Seterusnya ialah bantuan ataupun skim ataupun social program di bawah Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat ataupun Department of Social Welfare. Contoh skim dan juga bantuan sosial, Child Assistance, Financial Assistance for Foster Care Children, Senior Citizen Assistance, Incentive Allowance for Disabled Workers, Public Assistance for the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, Labuan, and Putrajaya, Financial Assistance for Persons with Disabilities, Apprenticeship Training Allowance, IKASE, Financial Assistance for Carers, Launching Grant, Financial Assistance for Artificial Aid and Assistive Device, Assistance for the Victim of Acted Well-being, and Second Year Exit Program. Next is Ministry of Education, contoh skim dan juga program sosial, Textbook Loan Scheme, Schoolmate Program, Special Needs Student Allowance, Supplement Food Plan, Assistance for Uniform Clothing of the Debris Uniform Agency, Post Student Trust Fund, Assistance, Sekolah Bimbingan Kasih, school for children from homeless families, street children, marginalized children, orphan children living under a registered child care center, and children without identification document. And Ministry of Rural Development, contoh skim dia ialah the housing program for the poorest people. Okay. History of social welfare institution or organisation in Malaysia ataupun sejarah institusi ataupun organisasi kebajikan sosial di Malaysia. Prior to the government Prior to the Department of Malaysia Social Welfare established, British government has established the Chinese Protector Department in 1877. The institution was established in 1877 to handle all matters related to social problems of Chinese immigrant workers, namely prostitution, gangster, scramble for gambling areas, and opium business. In this era, the government has implemented various types of social programs to respond to the conflict of two economic groups, namely capitalist group and trade union group. The government was introduced Colonial Department and Welfare Act 1940 to respond to that conflict of that group by providing various types of social assistance and social services. And the trade union group also play an important role in establishing several social welfare schemes between 1950 and 1960. Among important social welfare schemes are the Employee Provident Fund or EPF introduced in 1951. Okay. Aside from EPF, after World War II, the British military administration started the first children's home in Malaya for the orphans, displaced persons, and vagrancy children who need immediate housing and care. After that, the British military administration handed full administration to the Department of Social Welfare. There are 39 types of children's homes under the Department of Social Welfare Organization from 1955 to 1958. The primary purpose of all of these homes is to protect, support, and care by providing several types of social services, including social assistance, vocational training, and the education for vulnerable and marginalized children in Malaya, on that time. And currently, there are about 65 social welfare institutions under the Department of Social Organization to provide care, advocacy, rehabilitation, protection, treatment, and training to vulnerable and marginalized children, elderly, destitute persons, child offenders, women, and homeless. Okay, next is saya akan menerangkan limitasi yang dihadapi oleh organisasi kebajikan sosial di Malaysia or limitation of social welfare organisation in Malaysia. Okay, first is lack of funding, second is lack of volunteer staff, and third is mismanagement. So, okay. Ini adalah cadangan tindakan untuk menangani organisasi kebajikan sosial secara efektif. Okay. The first action plan is the government need to finance the charitable organization when the social welfare organization runs into financial trouble. The government can allocate the funding and budget under the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development and distribute this funding to social welfare organization or institution. The second action plan is the government can set up a committee under Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development to act as a supervisor and an advisory role to the problematic welfare organization institution. Okay, next is the third action plan. The Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development need to have database to record the number of employee, financial status, and other information. The information from database enable the government and ministry to understand problems swiftly, and thus any mismanagement problem can be rectified immediately. Okay. The fourth action plan is the government and Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development can set up hotline desks to respond to the problem faced by welfare organization institution pertaining to indictment of employee. The government can send experienced staff from the ministry to welfare organization or institution once the problem of indictment employee occur in the short run. The fifth action plan, the government and Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development can set up Institute of Social Development to nurture and train people to work in social welfare organization. Thus, the new potential student from the Institute of Social Development can fulfill the shortage of employees in the welfare organization or institution. Okay. Conclusion. Social welfare organizations are crucial to support the unity of country and to improve quality of life and social well-being of vulnerable and marginalized groups in Malaysia. And social welfare organizations need to collaborate or partnership with other organizations and institutions to overcome social problems faced by the community and to provide social assistance and social services for the target group. Okay. Ini adalah bahan-bahan yang boleh awak gunakan untuk baca bagi subjek ini. So, awak akan tengok ini adalah contoh dia bahan-bahan dia. So, awak boleh guna untuk tambah pengetahuan ataupun maklumat mengenai organisasi kebajikan sosial di Malaysia. Okay, itu je. Thank you.